it. And I'm so excited to introduce you our first speaker. Um, Before I do the official intro, um, Nilima Bhat. Nilima, she was a yes. Thank you, thank you. She was a yes from the get-go, and she received me as I was. She opened up also to sharing some connections to other speakers. She really grasped my intention and she weaved with it, and she's such a beautiful embodiment of someone who weaves the inner and the outer world, and I can feel the depth of your journey, and it's really an honor to have you with us. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, Catherine, and a shout out to Jean Rahili, who's a
Yes,
sister on the path and
yes,
also going to be
absolutely.
with us.
Shout out to Jean, yes. So let me introduce you fully as we open the journey together. So Nilima is an author, speaker, founder of the Shakti Fellowship, director of Roots and Wings Consulting. Nilima is an expert in the field of personal mastery, leadership, gender equality, and well-being. A corporate executive and entrepreneur, leadership coach, and trainer. Her pioneering body of work is encompassed of her two books, Shakti Leadership and My Cancer is Me. Together, they outline holistic and integrated approaches to leadership and resilience. Nilima is an Indian expert in Indian wisdom and wellness tradition. She is a trained dancer, certified Shivananda teacher, and practitioner of the integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And finally, Nilima is currently focused on building the Shakti Fellowship, a global network of conscious women leaders and entrepreneurs who collaborate to create peace, prosperity, and beauty through the exchange of multiple forms of capital. The 9-month program is jointly certified with the University of San Diego. And she's also focused on the truth and reconciliation from inside out movement for healing collective trauma and leading harmonious interdependence at a planetary level. Wow. So Nilima Bhat, it is really a pleasure and honor to have you with us. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and initiating us in the integral yogini path. So I'm handing you the stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. And you conducted such a beautiful opening already that I hope that we can go even deeper. And since I have perhaps about 24 minutes, let me give you a brief overview before we actually go into the practice. When I was talking to Catherine, she said what she wants to curate today is not so much talk, but actual experiences so that all of us can embody something and take away something that is like a initiation. And so I was thinking, what would be something I could offer today? And this is what then came up in the conversation. My background is the integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And since you have many speakers today who are going to bring teachings and gifts from their lineage and their tradition, I thought, given that this is a more experienced group of authentic seekers, that they may enjoy going into a very pure yogic approach that is coming directly from a particular tradition. I am not going to mix other things into it. I'm a synthesizer. I love gathering things from different traditions and putting it together into a unique mix that works for me. But for today's session, I'm going to stay directly only on the path of integral yoga. So I said, let us understand what is integral yoga and how do we then get on the path of that. And why is it useful? Essentially, I'm sure many of us already know, yoga means union. So it is the union not just of our body, breath, and mind, having all that come together, which is fantastic when you get on a mat, and it just naturally happens when you're doing your hatha yoga practice. But at a deeper level, yoga means the union of your ordinary self, your human self, with your divine self. So the ability to unify or unite or put back together what otherwise is separated. So our body, breath, mind becomes the ego self, the human self, but equally we have what's called a triple divinity. So according to integral yoga, we have three doorways to the three divine aspects of ourself. The first self is the immanent divine, and this yoga is called the integral yoga. Just look up Sri Aurobindo and the mother. Maybe someone can type it in here as I'm speaking. So the first doorway to the divine is to go through the heart and to connect with the source within, the immanent divine. It's called the soul. The other doorway is to go through your forehead and the third eye and to connect with the universal divine that is everywhere, and that is spirit. And the third doorway is to open your crown center and, in a way, get past this manifested creation and get into the transcendental divine, and that is Supreme Source itself. So three aspects of divinity that are available to us: the soul, the spirit, and the Supreme Self. And the three doorways are through the heart to the soul, through the mind to the universal spirit, and through the crown to the Supreme Source itself. And once we know how to open these three doorways, we have to then do the work of receiving the grace from each of these three doorways. And so from at a soul level, we want that fire within it's this fire of unconditional love that is the soul. It's the presence of the Divine Mother herself that is inside the Sacred Heart. It's called the Hridaya Guham, the cave of the heart. And that is this energetic space that presence is in. And once we know how to open that gateless gate and step into that cave and connect with that pillar of fire that is there and merge with that love, then the job is to then bring that energy of love out into the body, the breath, the mind, into all the different planes and parts of our being. So in integral yoga, they say you want to psychicize is the psychic being, which is the soul, and you want to psychicize the adhar. The adhar means the shell that holds us up, right? So the body, breath, mind. You want the soul to come out and contain the body, breath, mind inside itself. So you want to be burned down by the power of the love of your soul, okay? So you want that to happen literally to every cell of your body. Once you psychicize, then the next transformation is spiritualize the adhar. And for this, we open the mind and we try and expand our sense of I, the identity, to go as far as we can, identifying with everything, saying, I am that, I am that, I am that. I'm not just this, I am that too, right? And knowing that I am one and there is no other. And when the mind has the capacity to keep expanding, I will take you on that meditation, and you reach a point where the mind simply cannot comprehend the enormity of eternity and infinity, right? So it dissolves. When the mind can dissolve, you are able to step into the experience of your universal cosmic oneness, right? So that is the spiritualization of your being. And you want to then bring that experience of oneness and that consciousness and power of oneness into your body, breath, and mind. So that is spiritualization of the Adhar. And the third transformation is then what they call the supramental. And for now, we will keep it very simple. We will invoke the Divine Mother, the Mother of existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute, the Satchitananda consciousness, and then see that come down into our being like a descent of grace. So now that your heart is opened and your mind is opened, we are capable of receiving the grace and not getting overwhelmed by it. Because the Adharsh must also have the Dharana Shakti, meaning the capacity to receive grace. If we don't have the capacity, we can actually come unhinged. There is so much power that we receive when we get initiated, right? So when we can receive the descent of the grace of the Satchitananda, the Divine Mother of existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute, when we have the force come into us, then in a way that is the third level of transformation, where eventually, apparently, we will start vibrating at the level of truth, and we will have our matter, our body itself, learn how to get divinized, learn how to carry eternity in itself, infinity in itself. It becomes plasticized. And eventually, with this integral yoga, we are headed towards a divine life in a divine body, that our body itself will learn how to keep regenerating itself, and our soul and our spirit can take on a body as long as it's needed and not have to go through disease and decay and death, right? So that is the big hairy goal of the integral yoga, and it is an evolutionary process. And the more of us who practice this, the more that capacity will get built in the collective, because ultimately it's not your body and my body. There is only one body. There is only the same energy, the same matter, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, that's circulating everywhere, right? So if more of us are going to practice the integral yoga and receive from the initiation by accessing these three centers that we will open today, then more of that grace can continue to descend and flow out of the heart and expand out of the mind and flow down into the whole body, and continue doing its work of transforming the body, breath, and mind, until a day will come where, in a way, enlightenment is just the first step. We have to go far beyond it. We have to get to embodiment of our divinity, and that means a plasticity of this body itself. So I'm taking you very far out, very deep in your very first session, but you wanted something that comes from authentic traditions. So if I'm going to speak about Sri Aurobindo and the mother, then I have to be able to talk about the complete aim of this yoga, right? So I'll be ready for the initiation into the three doorways, the openings. I'm sure all of you know this, but I'll repeat it again. The concept of initiation, that as long as we are in our body, our breath, and our mind, we can use those capacities, but they only take us thus far. And then they start going around in circles, or then they're hobbled by their own limitations. So the concept of initiation is to be able to open a doorway to a level of capacity that is currently unawakened in us. So initiation is like, they say, one lit candle can light another. So it's an unlit candle in us, and we need someone or a power that has already activated that capacity to then touch us, so that that capacity can be opened in us. So with this initiation, with these three initiations that we are going to do, we're going to go beyond the body, breath, and the mind. to access capacities that we will then bring back into the body, the breath, and the mind, the triple lower self. Right? What else do I want to say before I take us in? So maybe that's it. Let's just let's prepare. The whole attitude is one of sincerity, humility, and gratitude. Openness and receptivity. Okay. So keep your feet firmly on the ground. Straighten your back. The three mantras. The first for the heart is Om Ma. Om represents the divine masculine Shiva consciousness, and Ma, the divine mother, feminine consciousness. Om Ma is the call to our soul, because the soul is a child of the divine father and mother of Shiva and Shakti. So Om Ma. And then when we open the mind, we are going to use the mantra Om Shri Ma. So Shri is the body of the universe. So Om Shri Ma is invoking, in a way, the soul of the universe itself. That is the one spirit in everything. And then the final mantra, you'd follow me, is Om Anandamayi, which is the mother of bliss. Chaitanyamayi, the mother of the light of consciousness. Satyamayi, the mother of truth. Parame, supreme mother. So we begin. Bring your fingertips to your breastbone and tap on the heart. And I'm sitting here in Mumbai, and I live in the heart of the city. So there's always noise outside. So allow it, receive it as from India with love. Tapping on your heart, then bringing your hands together in prayer position. We're going to chant Om 3 times, okay? Just preparing the ground. Bring your hand over the heart, gently becoming aware of the sacred heart. Become aware of this Hridaya Guham, this cave of love and light deep inside your being. And you wish to invite the presence, the descent of the Divine Mother. And you wish to activate the love of your own soul by chanting the mantra Om Ma. So it's as if there was a gateless gate on which you had tapped. And like a child coming home, you know you're going to be welcomed in by the most unconditionally loving mother that is your own soul. It is a portion of the Divine Mother herself and the Divine Father. So you follow me as I chant Om Ma. We'll say it 3 times. Om Ma. Om Ma. Om Ma. Take a deep breath and just moisten open your heart. Feel it blossom open like a beautiful golden red rose. And step inside with your feelings and your intuition or your imagination into the sacred cave. Sense that there is a pillar of fire going through this sacred cave of the heart. This is a pillar of fire that is going through your spine. It's your axis mundi. It connects the supreme source above with the center of Mother Earth below, connecting with the soul center of Mother Earth below. This is your central being. And in this central being, in this fire, is a divine presence of the most unconditionally loving self that you have invoked. It could be your own higher self, your guru, your guide, whatever is the form in which your soul has come to connect with you today. The Divine Mother, as your soul, opens her arms out to you, welcoming you in. And like a child, go rushing in and allow yourself to be embraced in the fire of divine love. Your heart merges with the heart of the Divine Mother. Your body, breath, and mind merge with the body, breath, and mind of the Divine Mother. The soul in you is the soul that is her. Everything merges and becomes love. And you start burning. And with every breath, you start offering each and every plane and part of your being to the fire of love, asking to be burned down so that nothing but love remains. Your whole self is burning in a fire of love. Your soul, your psychic being has expanded until the rest of you is contained in it. Feeling this initiation and giving thanks for this initiation, we are ready to open the mind with Om Shri Ma. Hands in prayer position and thumbs pressing into the open heart, fingertips facing up. We're going to chant Om Shri Ma through the throat center, the forehead, and the crown. Follow me. Om Shri Ma. Om Shri Ma. Om Shri Ma. Allow your mind to gently spiral open until you can include your whole being in your mind. Expand further to include every person in this circle and know you are one with that. Expand the mind further to include this entire beautiful planet, Mother Earth, and every sentient being and all the 5 elements, and know that you are one with that. Expand further into the solar system and know that all those planets are your own atoms and electrons swirling around nuclei inside your own self. There are so many suns inside your own molecules. Your mind keeps expanding until it can no longer go further because it cannot comprehend eternity and infinity, and so it dissolves. Allow your mind to drop and just become aware of all those interstellar spaces and your own interatomic spaces, and merge with the space of oneness. And repeat, I am one. There is no other. Feeling your initiation into the ground of being, of oneness, of spirit itself. You're ready to open the crown to receive the grace of the transcendental divine self that we are, the Satchidananda we are. Open your hands as if to receive. Your hands are in an opened position, ready to receive the descent of grace. And just now, allow these words to flow into you. Allow the power to flow into you of grace. Anandamai Chaitanyamai Satyamai Parame. Take a deep breath and visualize that you have stepped under a shower of golden light that's descending through the sun from a great central sun beyond, from supreme source beyond it. Allow the shower of golden light to penetrate you deep within yourself, wash you clean from the inside and outside, return everything into its divine vibration, discharging all excess that the body, breath, and mind cannot yet bear into the ground of Mother Earth through your base of your spine and your feet. Give it to Mother Earth for her use. And whatever you have left in your cupped palms, bring them back over your heart and offer that energy as fuel to the sacred fire, so that your whole being continues to burn like a furnace, and a fire of your soul that has expanded into the oneness of spirit, and that is in a constant and conscious contact with the descent of grace from above. Feel this river of love and light and life flowing through your whole being, through your spine, sending tributaries in all directions, irrigating, refreshing, regenerating, divinizing the body, breath, mind, right down to every cell of your body. You bring your left hand down to your belly button, keeping your right hand on your heart. Inhale, gather yourself in and up to the mantra Om Ma. And exhale, receive the grace down and out into the whole being to the mantra Om Shri Ma. Inhale in and up Om Ma. And exhale down and out Om Shri Ma. Continue doing this until your mantra becomes unified with your breath. And there is no breath without the mantra. Inhaling Om Ma. Exhaling Om Shri Ma. This is how you remain in constant and conscious contact with your soul, your spirit, and your supreme self. This is your initiation and your continued connection with the mantra breath as you go forward from this day on. We close with giving thanks by receiving peace into every cell and radiating peace into this whole world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the benefit of this initiation accrue to all beings. And may the healing response be experienced in states of deep sleep with ease and grace. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilima. Oh, wow. Thank you for this grace. Thank you for this burning fire. Thank you for this ease. Thank you for your mastery and your wisdom and your embodiment of that fullness of your divinity and humanity. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts. Oh, wow. So I invite everyone to give thanks in the chat, and yes, let us know what you received, what you felt, what opened up for you as we really opened up a gateway that was actually already open. Yes, yes, thank you. Wow. Phew. Yes. So not only you offered so much today, but you also have a special gift for our guests. So I invite you to share what is the gift.
The gift is a cellular healing meditation that I created to help cancer patients reverse their disease. It's based on the integral yoga, and what I took you through today is the first of the 8 tracks. So there are 7 other tracks that follow, and the whole journey takes about 54 minutes, but you can heal any chronic disease using the cellular healing meditation.
Wow, I can feel the power of it. I have shivers. Well, thank you so much. So you're gonna receive the link for this free gift in your emails, and also I'm asking if Jason or Melanie can drop the link in the comment box here, and you'll also receive it by email. Thank you, Nilima.
Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you. Blessings to everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the summit. It'll be very late for me. I'll try and get as much of it myself, but please keep in touch.
We will keep in touch, and thank you for coming here all the way from Mumbai.